The reason why the youth have embraced Traore and all of them in the Sahel, it is precisely because people are tired of dictatorship. And if the army rebels, it will get the support. But it is the masses of the youth who must be at the helm of the agenda of African Renaissance. It doesn't end there. It talks about African trade, and then African trade agreement that is there must be championed and defended by the youth. African countries must trade among themselves. Africa must stop to become beggars of others. If we are so powerful, we will not be a walkover by the United States of America. South Africa must not fight alone. It must fight with the rest of the African continent. It must never accept to be isolated from the rest of the African continent. We must not allow Donald Trump to isolate us from the African continent. We must fight as the African continent for our own African renaissance. Comrades, we must stand up against neocolonialism, and that cause must be championed by the youth of our country. Be the champions of solidarity in advancing the African agenda. African Renaissance can't die in our lifetime. African agenda through NEPAD cannot die in our lifetime. The Youth League must champion that. When the youth in the continent is getting impatient and they found solutions in military juntas, and yet these military juntas are now justifiable. What do you do when in certain countries a 92-year-old wants to be president and the only thing that can make them not to be president is the grave? And the youth must rebel against that dictatorship. And that is what we said when we talked about African Renaissance. When you talk about what is happening in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Gabon, and elsewhere in the African continent, you will realize that the reason why the youth have embraced Traore and all of them in the Sahel, it is precisely because people are tired of dictatorship.
Wow, wow, wow. Family, brothers and sisters, this is an open letter from the ANC General Secretary, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, to the people of Africa. If you want changes, you have to join Traore. If you want revolution in this continent right now, you have to join President Ibrahim Traore. Fikile Mbalula has spoken one thing that is very, very important to we, the people of Africa, that South Africa should not fight alone, must fight with the rest of the continent. Do you think it means that South Africa should join Congo to fight America? Do you think he's saying maybe South Africa has to join Kenya to fight America? No, this message is to Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, that let's come together, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and South Africa, fight against Trump, fight against neocolonialism. He said very clear that we should not allow South Africa to be isolated from the rest of the continent. Do you think Rwanda can join South Africa? Do you think Kenya can join South Africa? But it is very easy right now to see countries such as Burkina Faso, who have the same mission of fighting against imperialists to fight against America. And recently you have heard and seen on social media and on news televisions that America has also added some African countries for visa restriction to citizens from several countries, including Sahel, Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso. they're not allowed. Somalia, they're not allowed to enter into America. But I think this is a time for we Africans not to wait for maybe being restricted to enter America. This is our time for we Africans to come together, to do business among ourselves. Yes, we know we have some countries that have been used. We have countries that are playing the betrayal games. But we who know that we have no place of being beggars, we have no place of begging, let's come together. Let's unite. You know, I said this since day one when US General Mr. Langley accused Captain Ibrahim Traore for using gold reserve. If you are familiar in this platform, you remember. I said these things of accusing Captain Ibrahim Traore of using gold reserve to protect himself, these are tactics. These are techniques to destabilize Burkina Faso. What America wants to do is to take control of African nations. So they have seen that it is difficult to control Burkina Faso. So they're trying to create environment where people will feel that maybe this leader is using resources for himself and to create hate among citizens. So the citizen can hate their leader and saying this leader is stealing from us, protecting himself. Then people can riot, can protest, people can erupt. And then at that point, the international community will come in. And when we talk about the international community, we're talking about America and this Western power. They will say there is violation of human rights in Burkina Faso. So we are going to sanction Burkina Faso. We are going to do something about Burkina Faso. That's how they did to Libya. They started like this. So when Africans came together in April 30 this year and say hands of Traore, America shifted to other places, went to South Africa. And after South Africa, America went to Nigeria. And it will not stop there. They will make sure that every nation in the continent of Africa are going to be touched. Recently, America has cut aid of more than 1 point something billion to Zambia. What America wants, first of all, they promise you some money so that in your budget you think, you create something in your head that there's something that are coming from America. Then they stop that aid. Then they say, if you want that amount of money, you have resources. Let us sit down on the table. Let us exchange. You have resources, we have money. So let us exchange. We can have access to your resources. That's what America is doing right now. You saw recently what is happening in Congo and Rwanda. It's about deals. It's not about peace. It's about money. It's about resources. So when Fikile Mbalula said we have to trade among ourselves, doesn't mean he's talking to Kenya, he's talking to Rwanda or to Burundi. He's talking to Burkina Faso, to Sahel. You know very well there are some countries where leaders are much interested with the Western power. Kenya is among those countries. We know President Ruto is the best friend of Western power. He's the best friend of President Macron. He's the best friend of Trump, and he's already invited in US to replace South Africa. So Fikile Mbalula is citing clearly to Sahel and these revolutionary countries. So my message to you, all families, brothers and sisters, let us, we young people, put pressure to our leaders that we want a united Africa. We want Africa that will not be bullied. We want Africa that will not beg for visas. You know, sometimes you wonder why we are crying for visas to go to America. So today, if you tell me you have to go to America, to do what? Have no something to do in America right now. So even if America can stay with their visas, can hide visas or can deny visa to me, no problem, because I have nothing to do in America right now. I don't have businesses to do in America right now. But if I have a business, it's okay. You know, sometimes we feel that we Africans, we need much America than America needs us. No, America also needs us. America needs our resources. America needs Africans. If you look at the population of America, you find many Africans, black people are there. So when America says they don't want people from Somalia, they don't want people from Africa, it doesn't mean that we Africans, we are in a condition where if we don't go to America, we will die. Family, we have people who lived in this continent till from the beginning of their lives, till they died, they're here and they enjoyed their lives. Doesn't mean everyone who are in America are enjoying. And we Africans, we need also to create good environment in our continent. If America has New York, we can create our own Addis Ababa. If America has Miami, we can create our own Kampala. If America has Washington, we can have our own Johannesburg. We Africans, we need to change our mentalities. We need to change the way we see things on the ground. So family, brothers and sisters, that was a powerful message from Fikile Mbalula. If you have something to share with us, please do so through the comment section. But my message to you all, family, people of Africa, let us all of us unite behind Captain Ibrahim Traore. There's no way we can separate revolutions with Captain Ibrahim Traore. There's no way we can separate success with Captain Ibrahim Traore. Let me conclude by the words of Fikile Mbalula, the ANC Secretary General, on the issue of old men who want to stay in power. The only thing that can stop them is grave. And this message is to Paul Biya and others. Of course, I hugged my elder President Kaguta Museveni to give opportunity to other young people. Sometimes Museveni see that he don't see that young people can lead, maybe in Uganda. But I want to assure President Museveni, even himself at his age of youth, he did something. He liberated Uganda from Idi Amin and other people. But I think there's a need for Museveni to believe in youth. He's a human being. Today he's here. Tomorrow he will not be there. So when he would maybe taken away by the life, by the environment, who will lead Uganda? So I think Museveni has to accept that the time has come to hand over the baton to other generation. So we want Africa in the safe hand of young people. And that's why right now you see everyone is talking about Traore, Traore, Traore. Even myself, I'm praising Traore because I see this young man in my life, in my ages. He has done something that even the old people didn't do, except those of our founding fathers. But if you look the current generation, compare with Traore, you can see Traore is more courageous, brave, and is standing on the right direction. So family, brothers and sisters, if you have something to share with us, please do so through the comment section. After that, I have no more to share. Thank you for watching. Have a nice time. Salute to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Africa.